great. Now she's bringing friends. We're not all going to be laying eggs in the garage. Well, ladies and gentlemen, things you don't want to see. Smashed gate. Come on. And your dough pen full of bucks. As you guys know that I do, I have forgotten to tell you at the beginning of the video. So I'm going to record it now where you can see I'm at the end of my video. And I just want to let you guys know there's still tons and tons of soap in the shop. And it's there, plenty of apple, plenty of pumpkin, loads of that. Christmas did sell out, which shocked me. But that will be back in stock on December 7th at noon Eastern Standard Time. I hate this time of year in Ohio, y'all. It is cold. It's similar to spring in Ohio, just cold and rainy and cold. And the humidity is ridiculous. Yes, it's still humid when it's cold. Can we sort some stuff out, ladies? Come on. I need you out. You need to go with your mom. Oh, and in the darkness is just... Come on. I need you out of here as well. Hello. But good news, guys. Got the Electrician coming out on Thursday. So tomorrow for you guys. I'm missing a goat. Miss Mississippi. Thank you. So we'll go from there. We're gonna price out everything we want under the sun, and then we will cut back as necessary, depending on cost. Because I don't want to, I don't want to put $10,000 worth of electric in this barn, and then. If I could have did it for $5. Excuse me, ma'am. What I hate most about this time of year is just, the relative humidity. Can you just get in your stall, please? Don't be lippy. Don't be lippy. Yep, get over there with your sister. Thank you. Now if I can just get you to zippy-doo right up in there. Sprinkles, I don't know why you're over here. Don't side-eye me. I know you're toughy. I know you have an attitude problem. What I hate the most is that just nothing will dry out. It kind of wrecks my stalls. I mean, the floors I can sweep up, put down some lime. But the stalls, they just stay moist. You need a nice back and forth of a little bit of moist. I don't even need a back and forth with moist. The girls pee in the stalls, that'll take care of the moisture needs. But man, when nothing will dry out. So our plans, Tapioca, can I get you to get in with your mom, please? He's so stinking cute. Well, I don't know if there is a dry spot. I was going to show you, like, hey, this is what the floor looked like dry. Yeah, there's a dry spot right there. This is what I'm talking about. Like, this is not going to dry out. It just stays like this. Freshly mopped. What? Morning, babies. I absolutely love that every single morning. Hold on, you little chubbies. I gotta let your mamas in. They are not enjoying the rain. Hi, ladies. I'm sorry. Like stuff. So I've got a little bit of a situation. Well, first of all, the Olight sale goes through December 3rd. So if you guys are still interested, go back and watch my Olight video and jump in there and get you some stuff. Some pretty good deals going on. I do apologize for the flashing light. I totally forgot about popping a warning up there. For those of you who are sensitive to flashing lights, we got some major problems, y'all. Major problems. What, baby? No, you can't have a boy, but I'm glad to see you're in heat. So the boys, everyone except for Mr. Snickers, did a jailbreak. We came home from the show on Saturday, and as we do, we always look over here to see, you know, if the goats are out, what they're doing, if anybody's done anything stupid or silly. And H said, I think that is gelato on the porch. And I said, no, it's probably just Tootsie or Javachino or something. No, it was Jelly Man and Melly Man and Latte. And this is what I came home to. Well, ladies and gentlemen, things you don't want to see. Smashed gate. Come on. And your dough pen full of bucks. And I didn't really have time to, I guess I had all the time in the world. I don't know how long they had been in here. I mean, odds are they could have, you know, they could have been in here for 5 hours. They could have been in here for 5 minutes. They may have bred no one. They may have bred everyone. They totally smashed the cattle panel, bent it, wrapped it all the way back around. And fortunately, it swung back and got caught on the fence. I don't know if it's fortunate or unfortunate. It was stuck. They couldn't get back in. Mr. Snickers couldn't get out. It's just good fences make good goats. And guys, you know, I've had that set up probably 2, 3 years, 4 years. I've had that set up like that, exactly the way it is now. And we've never had an issue. I don't know what it is, what prompted them to go hard at that and just smash it. Even when Sir Fluffington was in there. Okay, good. Her poops are coming back around to dog turds. She's been struggling with worms, so we're keeping an eye on her there. What? You're going to be annoying all day to your friends. So, even Sir Fluffington, if you guys remember Sir Fluffington. He didn't even bust out of there with the aid of goats. It just is what it is. 2024 just won't stop being 2024, as you guys know. The whole year has been a struggle, and I think by May I was like, I'm done with 2024. You know, lost a couple goats, a couple big ones, had some major setbacks. Struzy Queen, can't remember if the freezer was in 2024, if that was late 2023. Shows, sales, freaking, it's just been one of those years you just put it in the books and you're like, let's just move on now. I'm not sure what we're going to do fully yet. Finding out who the dad is not a problem. We'll run DNA tests on everybody. ADGA now requires that. It doesn't require that we do a DNA test. Like, for instance, if Benny is going to High-Low Farms. She's had a lot of our goats. Chuck Norris The one I can remember right off the top of my head. No offense, it's just when you're sitting here and you're trying to remember who all bought which goats and who has which goats. And I know specifically Chuck Norris for a fact. So she's going to be buying Benny, aka Benihana. And we won't have to DNA test him before breeding, but she will be required, if she's going to register him a DGA registry, she will be required to have him DNA tested. It's not really expensive, not as expensive as you would think. So what we'll do is, we don't have a solid plan yet, guys. If Teen Squad doesn't come into heat, or back into heat, because all of them have been in heat, we will definitely... I don't know. I do not want to loot a bunch of goats. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Any of our girls that have already kidded just recently, since we don't breed more than once a year, just the stress and the strain on the body, that kind of stuff. I don't know what we're going to do. I'm going to leave it at that. It's going to be a lot to discuss, figure out. I guess more importantly right now, we'll just watch and see who comes into heat. She's in heat. She's getting marked down as being in heat, so we know. Are you trying to love Miss Cookie? Miss Cookie's trying to get you some love. The only goat in the whole barn I wish got bred, Cookie. Oh, it's going to be a long day, guys. It's rainy, so they're going to be stuck in the barn all day on hay. So what I wanted to talk about was the electrician. He's actually coming out on Thursday to put another line in the basement for another freezer and move some lines around. So we're going to completely disconnect all of our freezer lines from any other line. They're going to all be independent lines. Put them on separate breakers. We're going to have him run, where we're going to have it costed to run electric over here. I'm going to put a breaker. I'm going to put a cutoff over here, so if anything happens, I can cut off the entire barn from the house. Right now, we're going to put a plug-in, an outlet in every stall. So every stall will get its own outlet in case we need to do something within that stall to plug something in. We're going to do 2 pretty big ceiling fans in the barn, probably just one on either end. Maybe that'll help with the cobwebs. So cobweb police will stop coming after me. We're obviously going to do lots of light. So we'll have tons of light in here for seeing in the dark. I want to put I'm not going to go outside and record because it's just pouring down rain. I want to put a motion sensor light right here for this man door. I might put a motion sensor light out here on this porch as well. JIC. And then I want to have an independent light that I can flip a switch and shine light over there at the buck barn. I don't know if it's possible to jump from the house and then come from the barn to the buck barn and maybe pop a light in there and a fan. Well, that's all stuff we're going to talk. We're going to shoot big. We're going to aim high. And then we're going to go with, if we have to start eliminating for reason of cost, then we'll start pulling back a little bit, eliminating some of the things that are driving the costs up. We'll just have to see. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to really think about anything until he comes over here. If it's $3,000, that's one thing. If it's $15,000, that's a whole other ball game. That will be way too much. So we'll see. We'll get it priced out and we'll go from there. But he did say not a problem to get electric over here, so that's cool. It's already going to be a little bit more expensive because he's like, well, we can just do a pole every 75 feet, and I don't want poles in my yard. We had to have 2 poles installed in our yard for the house electric. We had to have one to jump the road, and then we had to have another one. I don't remember why it was necessary to have another one, but we did. So we ended up with 2 power poles in the yard, and then I trenched the rest all the way to the house. Actually, my dad did. He's an amazing equipment operator, and he ran the hoe for me. So he ran the hoe all the way down to the main panel and then to the house. I don't want poles in the yard, so we're definitely going to run underground. I don't know if it'll be cost beneficial for me to rent the trencher and do the trenching myself, which I've done before. We had to do everything, guys. Just a little history. When we built a house, when you do rural houses like this, not in the city, you end up with builders that are, they call themselves build on your lot. And the company we went with does not do any exterior stuff, and that keeps your costs way down. They want to charge you 30 grand for a driveway. It cost me, I think, about 15 to do it myself, to pay a guy to do it, to pay a guy to haul gravel. So things like that. So I had to trench my own gas line. I had to do well and septic. I had to do power. And I think that's pretty much it. They don't do any landscaping. They don't do sidewalks, anything like that. I've tried 15 different people to come out and put in a sidewalk for us, and that still hasn't happened. It's been 7 years, and literally, I don't know what it is with concrete guys. They just don't show up. I got all the way to the point of a guy showing up, and he just didn't show up. He was angry because he wanted to do this concrete on this barn and the sidewalks. And I told him to bid it out separate because we were going to have the Amish build this barn, and which they did. So this is Amish built, and I built out the interior. So all the stalls, all the lofts, everything that's not just the exterior of the barn. This was just a giant pool barn and a big empty space. Everything else I've built out myself. But they gave me a price I couldn't resist on the concrete. So we went with them, and I think he was salty about that and just didn't show up. Had him scheduled on the calendar, check in hand, come do the sidewalks. No call, no show, wouldn't return my calls. So pretty sure he was just salty. So hopefully, I know the trades are busy, but the trades are also flaky. I tend to be. I've dealt with every trade in the books trying to build this house, build this property, and it's really, really, really difficult to get someone to show up. Hopefully the electrician will get out here. We'll get costs on everything. We want to eventually be able to jump Wi-Fi over here. Maybe pop some cameras in here. Maybe start a second channel that's just, you guys can just pop in and out and look in the barn whenever you feel like. That's kind of weird and awkward. It'll be weird being on camera in here, on camera, that you guys can just pop in and be like, hey, what's going on? Oh, he's just walking around feeding goats or whatever. So that's a tough one. That's a tough one for me. Even though I do this all the time, I've been doing this since 2021. It's still weird to just put a camera in here and think or know, maybe nobody would be watching, but maybe, 1,000 people are watching me just walk around in here recording this video, milking goats, feeding goats, that whole kind of thing. It's kind of weird. So hopefully something like that we can do. And then you guys can pop in all day long and just be like, what are the goaties doing? I'm telling you guys, a lot of times they're doing nothing. They're absolutely doing nothing. And they're going to eat like a day like today. This is November in Ohio. We like to say we won't see the sun until March, maybe April, May. This is Ohio November. Overcast, cloudy, gray, rainy, cold, damp, dark. It's disgusting. Even on a good bonny day in Ohio, they tend to just eat their food, lay around and chew their cud. They get up, they go out to pasture, eat some grass, they come back in here, they lay down and chew their cud. Not exciting, not exciting. Hey, You better not. Move out of my way, Coots. Are you sucking on my shirt? Okay, you can suck on my shirt. Just don't chew it. I don't know what you got going on there, but you're nursing a little bit. He's actually, it looks more like a nursing than a chewing. Okay, so if you guys have any cool hints, tips, tricks, you know, what works best, what doesn't work best for lighting and Wi-Fi routers, things like that. If you guys have any good ideas where like I haven't thought of where I might want to put a light or need a light, that would be awesome. I don't want this place lit up like the sun around the clock. So we were gonna go with, do you just need some love? Do you need some love? Do you just need some love? Is it that kind of day? Or just sit around and nurse on your mama and get warm hugs? Good boy. You're a good boy. It is that kind of day, Bubba. So we went out and we got a new gate for over here. I'm going to put a real solid, can't be moved gate out here for the boys instead of the cattle panels, and then I'm going to shore up everything else, make sure it's just locked in tight, can't be moved, can't be busted, can't be broken. It's frustrating because, like I said, probably 5 years I've had this same setup out here and nobody has ever penetrated that gate. Not even Fluff, and he was about 175, 150, 175 pounds of sheer terror. So for now, the girls are contained to inside the barn, not on the porch, just inside the barn. And of course they have the entire pasture out there, so they're not stuck in the barn 24/7 until I get that gate up. As is probably very evident, I will not be putting up a gate today. The weather is less than ideal, so that's not going to be happening. I don't even know if you can see the rain on the camera. Yeah, about like that. So I think that's going to do it for this video. Obviously, there's not a lot of excitement going on. Yes, dear. We're just kind of hanging out in the barn. I'm getting chilly, as in cold. So I'm going to head back to the house, filter milk, and still working on getting things ready for the electrician to come. Like, my garage is a nightmare, guys. I know everybody's like, my garage, you can't even walk through. Well, sometimes mine gets like that and it drives me crazy and I have to clean it out before somebody comes. So I got that done yesterday. I'm going to work on the rest of the house today. Not that it needs, I don't know why I try to justify everything. It's not dirty. It's just cluttered. And you guys know how I am. You've seen me in videos where I'm like, don't mind my mess. And you're like, what are you talking about? To me, it's messy and it drives me crazy and it bothers me to no end. So I'm going to work on getting that done, get him out here. Like I said, this will be up on Wednesday. So you guys will be seeing it on Thursday. And that is the same day he will be coming to do the estimate. So on Friday, hopefully I'll have a video explaining what we're going to do or not do with the electricity. And as for that, camera still doesn't like to focus on you, Bubba. It just doesn't. You're too glow in the dark. Where's your counterpart? There she is. Oh. Hi, beauty. Madam President, what are you doing? I'll give you 100 kisses a day. Don't care. Okay, good to know. Sweetest little angel over here, Miss Babs. Hi, Babsy. Hi, Babsy. Laying with your mama? Good. It's that kind of day. It's that kind of day.